Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. So, just like with Kepler, I managed to miss a couple of comebacks, one of which is Stayc with GPT. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I'm very, very excited. So, GPT like chat? GPT? That should be interesting. Or is it something different? Whoa. Whoa. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, this is... I'm getting some horror elements. Like, that's how they dance before they fucking kill you. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but there. This has like a little bit of horror to it. Or at the very least, trippy. That's the ritual. Damn. Ooh. Oh, damn. Whoa? Getting midsummer vibes. This is like Midsummer meets Ex Machina. What? I like the expression on her. She's looking very, very like frowning. This is so cult-like. This is wild. That looks like a key. Oh boy. Oh. So she saved them before they got consumed by the GPT? GPT? Aww. This might be one of the trippiest music videos of the year. And the song also has so much intrigue about it, and it's like, it's so poppy and positive, but there's like this underlying like you're gonna die vibe kind of thing happening. Like at times it gives me vibes of like Ex Machina, at times it gives me vibes of like Midsummer, at times it gives me vibes of like, especially seeing like the bow, for some reason I thought of like Red Velvet a little bit. Like this is... But at the same time, I also thought a lot of Stayc because like their concepts are very, very unique. Like they provide some of the most unique music videos and stories out there. Crushing that crystal and destroying the chat GPT, it almost like gives me vibes of like, bec- everything in moderation is good. Like using that GPT, chat GPT, using AI has its advantages if you use it in moderation, but much like all things, you can overdose on it and you can become addicted and it could go very, very wild. So it feels like she threw that key, through that object, which is her specific object, right from the little roll call that we saw. She threw it, destroyed this lab and this entity that was represented by the character in the white mask, which is the GPT. She was the one who realized that this is going too far, and like the girls were way down the rabbit hole, and if they continued falling down, they would probably, lose themselves or something along those lines, because they were literally kind of like being uh the fact that they use the GPT as a human that is basically kind of like making them go crazy for him, and he has them like right he has them on a string or something like that, was really, really cool. So she realized that she destroyed it. The girls will obviously, much like every breakup, it hurts, but then you realize that it was probably for the better. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting, and the fact that they were able to do it with fucking this, with GPT, like this is really, really wild. Honestly, this is really like, this is turning into a fucking cult now. They're about to fucking sacrifice some people for that character in the mask, which is the GPT, to stay alive. Like it's like AI taking over the world in a way, and throwing that key and destroying the crystal is basically kind of like snapping out of it, because the AI doesn't like it reacts to your feelings. It can mimic your feelings, but it can't necessarily empathize with you. So all of the feelings that you are experiencing are your own rabbit hole that you're falling down into, if that makes any sense. Like, it feels the way you want it to feel, which is why it has no problem falling for all of the girls and being with all of the girls, which is why it prompts jealousy and whatnot. Maybe I'm overthinking the shit out of this, but this is so freaking cool. And literally, like, shooting the bow into the heart was also kind of like, it's kind of symbolic, because it's like love lost purpose, and they're literally giving out all of their keys as they're about to be consumed by this GPT, and she was the only one that managed to actually snap out of it and realize that this is a big mistake. Like, here it almost feels like Midsummer, like the movie Midsummer. They literally have blindfolds, because all of them are blinded by quote unquote love, which is like people blinded by AI and taking it way too far. Like, this music video is really, really wild. Holy shit, this was incredible. The choreo was so freaking dope. And like, there's at times like the girls are doing the choreo and they're smiling, and there are times where they're doing the choreo and one of them, I believe, was like frowning almost. That was like a really cool detail. And like, the funniest thing is that they were the ones who actually tied the dude up who represents the GPT, right? And then before they knew it, they were consumed, and he was free to roam inside their minds and whatnot, and absolutely consume their hearts and their minds. Basically, this music video is so freaking cool. Holy shit! Like, this visual is so freaking wild, too. Like, even like they tried to mimic kind of like growing pains and like pain within love, almost like a Romeo and Juliet kind of shit. But Romeo doesn't give a fuck, basically, because he's not real. All the emotions that you're experiencing is you kind of like going down that spiral. So even if you're hurt, you're still okay because you have this person with you, but that person never cared in the first place, and he's fallen for whoever is falling for him. So they're all kind of like getting jealous, they're all getting kind of like consumed and whatnot, and then before you know it, it's a cult, and they're all brainwashed except for one. Yeah, the song, checking out genius.com, the song centers on an unresponsive crush, whom Stayc refers to GPT, an apparent reference to the AI chatbot, described in a press release as someone who replies indefinitely to continuous questions, capturing the essence of unrequired curiosity. So, yeah, they did a phenomenal job with this one. The music video itself is wild, it's intriguing, it's thrilling. It has just the right amount of like almost like a horror element, and like the cult vibes were impeccable. The song was beautiful. Like it's incredibly addicting, and it's so charming that you don't realize how toxic this whole thing becomes within like the concept of the music video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If I made any sense, let me know, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Be well and safe wherever you are. See ya.